What's going on, guys? Julien here, back with another video. Today we're gonna be going over my second feature match of the tournament, which is my top 8 match against Yuna. So, playing against Maliss, a little bit scary because I know how good Maliss can be. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you guys that on Friday, September 12th, I'm gonna be dropping a masterclass on how to play Vanquish Soul K9. Not only how to play, but also how to get better at it, things you want to look out for, common mistakes people make, all that kind of stuff. Every single detail you want to learn about how to get better at a deck will be in that. And I'll also be including all the new stuff about the deck, like, post dude and all that stuff. So back to the video. We're playing against Yuna. We do win the die roll, so not as scary as it was. Losing the die roll against Maliss could be pretty scary, but we win the die roll. And to start off here, start off, waiting on the judges to tell us we can start. We started normal 7 Raisin. Great start, normal 7 Raisin. I also know that Yuna is not playing any hand traps, just from by this time in the tournament, everyone's decks is almost pretty public, just because everyone's been on stream, and throughout the stream you can kind of just see exactly what they're playing. So I know that she's not really playing hand traps except for Impulse. So I can combo pretty freely. I know there's, for example, no copy of Nibiru in her deck. So here I reveal Jialong. I don't remember exactly what my hand has, but obviously I have multiple fires in hand. So I go Rock, add back Raisin, Jialong search by revealing Raisin plus Ash Blossom, which Ash Blossom here is great for me because I know she's playing things like Thrust, so I can just Ash a Thrust. It's going to be pretty hard for her to win from here. So here I add the trap. This is important to note. I add the trap here because I know that I'm going to use my Vanquish Soul cards from here on out to go into my K9 engine to set up a more wide board, right? And so by doing so, I add the trap so that I don't need to end on 2 Vanquish Soul monsters. And I still have access to everything here. You see, I still have, Holy Sue, Special Summon Mad Love, start, add Caesar to my hand. I have so much going on that I can easily afford to now go into my K9 engine and not finish with only Vanquish Soul monsters on my field. So here I go for Ripper, Search, Jokul. Again, I have I have another 5 in hand. I have the Azuna, I believe, yeah. And here I get Impulse. So I know that this was kind of if she had Impulse, I know this was the only spot she was gonna use it, because I showed that I had so much Vanquish Soul engine rolling that impulsing at any other point didn't really make any sense. One thing I could have done to play around this a little bit, right? I couldn't play through this, but I could have had one more form of disruption, and it was to Ripper search the quick play spell. No, sorry, not the quick play spell. Case for K9, because this way I activate Case. I do the same thing, right? I search for Jokul. And then if she impulses me, then I can go Caesar, bounce my Mad Love, and then Caesar effect, pop Case, and then set the quick play. So I could have had one more disruption here, which is something that I overlooked in the moment. Again, on the stream, you have to play at a decent pace. Things are easy to miss sometimes, these little things. So that's something I could have done. That will give me one form of disruption. That's important to note. But so yeah, here I get Impulse and I can't play through it, but it's okay because I still set up so much, right? I have Ripper, so I have a hand monster negate. I have Rock to add me back Holy Sue. I have Trap plus all the attributes. I have an Ash Blossom in hand. I have Izuna in hand. I have Caesar in hand. I have more than enough, especially to beat Maliss. Maliss is not the best deck at going second. Even with the breakers, I can play through her breakers if she breaks any part of my board. So here, she goes normal summon Chessy Cat, and I bounced that with the quickness. I'm yeah, there's no way that's not getting bounced. Mad Love, this guy's broken, especially against Malice, all the names have so little defense that you just bounce. The first one they normal summon, you just bounce it, get that shit back to your hand. She activates Thrust, and I'm oh hell no. She knows I have the Ash Blossom. I'm not gonna slow play my Ash Blossom. Just Ash it. Then she goes Field Spell, and here I'm if she banishes Rabbit, it could be tough here. Because Rabbit sets a trap and she can start dodging things. But then she banishes Hair, and I'm oh sure, I have Ripper. Ripper will literally negate the Hair. She activates it, I negate it. And yeah, so I'm okay. Literally, I don't even know what she could have here. The last thing she could have really would be a Gold Sark, and I still have Trap, Caesar in hand. I still have all these disruptions for how little she could have left. So I feel really good here. And then she passes turn. It's top cut of world, so you're not just gonna scoop, but come on. It's just over, right? So from here, I just go Joko again. She impulses it. I'm like, sure, whatever. I just start like resolving my Vanquish Soul cards now. Just searching things like I can skip forward through this. Like summon my Holy Sue. This is like exact game. If I Holy Sue summon the Borger from deck, yeah, and then burn. Like you can see, she's at 77. I summon. She takes 25, 12, 500, 23, and then 15, and then just the extra burn just in case. Just do it. So yeah, so straightforward game. You know, I set up a pretty decent board through Impulse, which is actually was like the best hand trap she could have. But also I do know it's like the only hand trap she plays other than Ash Blossom, which Ash Blossom was like never stopping me. One thing to note in that game is that I had like multiple Vanquistal cards there. So I started normal summon Raisin, if you guys remember, because I didn't need to protect it with my Joko. If I only had normal summon Raisin, I would have started Joko just to set up Ripper, like to protect myself from like the Ash Blossom, for example. But because I had already had Holy Sue, I didn't care too much about like Raisin getting Ash. So I just started Raisin, see if that could eat the Ash, and then continue playing after that. So let's skip through the announcers while we're side decking, and let's watch an ad together. I don't have YouTube Premium. There we go. So on to the next game. Yuna goes first, obviously. My hand here, I'm going to say, is pretty nutty. I remember this one specifically because I drew it one by one. Holy Sue, not bad. Raisin, okay. Ash Blossom, okay. Holy Sue. Last card, I'm like, please be a dark or be Jiaolong. And I guess we'll see what it was, right? So she activates drones, places the token, makes Kagari. No reason for me to interrupt with any of this if I have disruptions. Like, I just want to wait for her to put down a Maliss name, right? She activates that. Activates drones again, get the token on the field. So here, no reason for me to do anything still. Now she summons the cat. She always misplays. But I summoned the cat below the Kagari, and then she realizes she like moved it quickly. But she didn't let go of it, so like it's completely fine what she did. And then here, I'm like, well, this is a Link 3 waiting to happen, so I better do something about it. So I go Holy Sue, revealing, I believe it was Jiaolong. Then she doesn't have anything, so I go Jiaolong, special summon itself. And now, this is what I was saying. So the Jiaolong's clutch, because I don't have a dark, but I have so many fires in hand that Jiaolong can just search me a fire. So I reveal Ash plus Raisin, add Border, I believe. That just seems like the best dark to add, just because I already have normal summons and everything. So add Border. And then I asked what stats the token has, just in case I wanted to like not pop it. But that would definitely have been wrong. The funny thing is, even if like Chessy Cat had the lowest attack here somehow, stealing it is very incorrect. Just because she like gets to keep bodies on field when I can just like make a Caesar and just like pop more bodies. So yeah, so we go for Raisin. Raisin adds Caesar. Plus, I already checked for Ash. Like she would have ashed the Jiaolong. I didn't check for Impulse yet, but I checked for Ash at least. So we popped the cat, and now I mean like I should have summoned Caesar right here to at least like pop a body if she has something. But that also does play into Dark Ruler, which I know she plays. I don't know if she keeps it in going first, so I think it's fine to hold my Caesar in hand. And then if she goes for talents, then I just chain the Caesar. Because honestly, like, yeah, I guess you can play through this. No, maybe I'm supposed to summon Caesar. I'm supposed to summon Caesar. Yeah. Playing around Dark Ruler going first like doesn't seem correct. She definitely sizes it out, so I could summon Caesar. Play around talents. So she summons the lizard, and then this is again threatening a Link 3. And there's no reason for me to like let her hold this, like have the extra body on the field. So I might as well just summon Caesar now. Bounce the Jiaolong because that's the only one I don't have in hand already, and then pop everything. And then here she scoops, just because her hand like can't play and I have infinite playable on field. Look at me, so excited. But the important thing to note, like one thing that I will say about Yuna's list, which was really strong, is that this engage Hornet Drones things was really strong because there, for example, right, I used my whole Holy Sue disruption, and it traded exactly with her normal summon as part of like the normal mouse stuff. It traded with exactly her normal summon. Other than that, it traded with like the engage cards, But if she had any extender there, she actually pushes through and ends on like a really strong board. So that was a really good part of her deck. She did open pretty weak. Like she had backup. I believe the other card there was Wizard as well, which those are just like not great cards in this format. I'm not gonna lie, with through so much removal. I like when I considered playing this deck, I considered just playing one backup, one Wizard, just as being like searchable engine pieces. Just because like they don't play into removal like well at all. They don't extend through removal. So yeah, so that's one thing about this. But yeah, this was a pretty quick video just because this match was pretty quick. Stay tuned, tomorrow and the next day just for the next videos where I'm gonna be going again over the the semifinals against Willie and then the finals against Tom. Those videos should be longer just because those games were longer, those matches were longer. But this one, I turned zero Holy Sue my opponent, which didn't have any answers to, and that's what the deck does sometimes. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Just a reminder again, Friday, September 12th, the masterclass is going to come out. So tune in for that. And if you want to learn how to be the best from the best, stay tuned.